Hello everybody and welcome to my review of The Snowman, not to be confused with... We're stopping in the air. Yes, so The Snowman is a horror movie that's just come out, directed by Tomas Alfredson, stars Michael Fassbender and Rebecca Ferguson. Basically, it centers around murder mystery, and the killer's mark is a snowman, so they're going to look up, basically to hunt down this killer, this guy named Harry Hole, who's this wreck. He's an alcoholic, he's a smoker, and he's going to uncover the mystery with this woman whose name I cannot remember. Katrine. Him and her, they team up together and they're trying to solve this mystery. That's pretty much it. That's about as basic as it gets. I thought about seeing this movie. I wasn't really particularly hyped to go and see it, but I thought, you know what, it'll be interesting. And yeah, this movie's a bit weird. It's a bit strange. It's kind of disappointing. I think, first and foremost, I think people might be misled by this. The fact that it's called The Snowman, it really has nothing to do with a snowman, as such. It's a pretty standard, run-of-the-mill mystery. There's not much of a mystery, although I will say, the third act of the movie... Sorry, excuse me. I will say the third act of the movie is definitely the best. I didn't really care for the mystery that was going on until the very end. Until the third act wrapped things up. I thought, okay, that's kind of cool. It definitely was an interesting way to wrap up the story. But this movie is dull, boring. Despite Michael Fassbender's best efforts, he can't really save this one. I will say it does have a good performance from J.K. Simmons, who does a pretty convincing English accent, I will say. So props to that. And Rebecca Ferguson is both hot and cool at the same time. And the movie is well shot. It has a nice look to it. It is visually pleasing, and it's set in Oslo, so the imagery that we see is very nice, and I like the wintry imagery. It definitely feels nice, but the story's just not very engaging, and the characters aren't very engaging. It's just a dull movie, and I can't really recommend it. I saw this a few days ago, so parts of it are fading from my mind. I just remember being completely bored by the first two acts, but kind of interested by the third act. It did pick itself up towards the end, but it wasn't really enough to save it. I thought, okay, it was kind of cool. I liked where it was going. There's not much character development. Michael Fassbender's character, Harry Hole, was cool, or as Harry Hole, as I like to call him. But, unless you're a die-hard horror fan, you might like it, but then again, it's not doing very well. Critically, it's not doing very well, and also, it's just not, it's not getting the attention that it wants. And I just think this is it's a nothing story. It's nothing. It's who cares? Fuck it. It's a fuck it plot. It's any old murder mystery, just that it's set in winter and doesn't make a hill of beans amount of difference. It just doesn't make a difference to me. And, I won't recommend this movie. If you want to see it, that's fine, but just don't expect anything amazing. So, yeah, it's a very brief review, but there's nothing else to say about it, really. It is shot very well, and some of the gory moments and some of the death moments are done well. But it's very cliched, there's also this family dilemma going on as well, so all the usual cliches and things that you see. So I'm going to rate this movie a 4 out of 10. And I just thought doing that sketch would be quite fun, so because it is called The Snowman, and that cartoon is, of course, called The Snowman, so yeah. I must review that one day. That is a very, very good cartoon. I have a lot of nostalgia for that. I saw that when I was younger quite a lot. So anyway, this is a very short review, but I haven't got much else to say about it. I will be reviewing Raging Bull as well, and the Thor trilogy, so stay tuned for that. And until then, thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'm Mr. TARDIS11. See ya.